Hello everybody. Today's lead code question is increasing triplet subsequence. Given an integer array nums, return true if there exists a triple of indices I, j, k such that I, j is greater than I, k is greater than j, and their values also accordingly the same. If no such indices exist, return false. Here we have three examples. One of them, this is increasing array, so return is true. And in this one it decreases, so it's false. In this one, in the third example, it's a little more complicated, so 215046, but right away we find out that this is the answer. It keeps going up and it will return true. My answer I would like to share here is going to be defining two numbers, assigning them to possible biggest number that JavaScript enables us to use, and then compare it to the current number and change their values as we go, and finally see at any given point we have these increasing triplet subsequences. So let's start with creating our minimum one variable and assign it to number.max safe integer, and also minimum 2 equals to number.max safe integer. Then, as I mentioned, we're going to make comparisons, but in order to do that we need a for loop so that we can iterate. First one, instead of doing a regular for loop, I wanted to do for off loop so that we can get the actual value of the specific index. So in order to do that, let's just do num of nums, and here we're going to have three if statements. First one is going to check if the num is less than minimum one. And then minimum, yeah, there was a typo, minimum one. And if the minimum one is greater than num, which will be, because it's going to give us a huge number, you can check it, console log it if you want to find out what's the maximum safe integer JavaScript provides us. Since it is correct, we want to change this one's value to the number. So let's do that. We're changing the value. Second thing we're going to do is to have the second for loop, and here we're going to have if num is greater than minimum 1. And if so, what we're going to do is we're going to set our second variable to the minimum number of the either num or min2. So let's do that. Math.min either num or minimum 2. So here we're going to be finding, instead of being this huge number, we're going to have a minimum number, smaller number than what it was before. So now we had very small number, we have greater number than num, and lastly we're going to check if num is greater than minimum 2, and if so we find our answer, and if it's not, we don't have any correct increasing triplet subsequent, and we're going to return false. Let's run it. Seems fine. Let's submit it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this recording. Hope to share more with you, and be well.